Ladies and gents, Tony Gaskins here. Let me see here. Y'all forgive me. Get this here set up and connected. It always take a little second because I'm on the streaming software. And y'all forgive my face looking oily. I just did my skincare routine not too long ago. So as promised to the Blessed Tribe, when I can, I'm gonna pop on here and go live, and it's kind of like a chat and a Q&A at the same time, just depending on when my coaching sessions are. And so y'all forgive me. And let me see really quick here. Yeah, I don't know how that thing was 5 hours yesterday, so I guess I just had y'all in the work day with me yesterday, because I was just, flowing, because it did not feel like 5 hours. That right there, that just let you know where the Holy Spirit resides. Listen, 5 hours on a video? Man, listen, hey, but I'm gonna make a thing of it though. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of testing myself, because I'm getting older. I'm 41 and haven't had all them concussions. I gotta really be active and working my brain and trying my best to keep fresh and regenerate my brain. But then also what y'all have to think about and realize is at some point there has to be a changing of the guards, because Steve Harvey and them is about 60 years old, and after a while they faculties, in another 10 years when I'm 50, they faculties gonna start to slow down, and they gonna start to want to ride off into the sunset, and they might not want to be getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning going to the radio station to record from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. unless they just absolutely need the money. So what's gonna happen is the radio people, they're gonna start to call people like me and other people and say, hey, do you want a morning show? And so what I'm gonna be doing on here is just kind of testing my endurance to see, can I talk for 4 hours, 2 hours? Because with the radio shows, you have music playing, you have other little skits, you have different segments, you got co-hosts and stuff like that. But you got to be able to get up and show up. Now I ain't finna do it at the same time every day till I have to. Like I can't. That's hard. I can't work nobody's job. Like this morning I slept in till about 7:30. Then I laid there and listened to the news. Got all the news in, heard something about the government was talking about shutting down at midnight. I don't know if that actually happened. They said if the government shut down, it's gonna be 750,000 people out of work, and that Trump got all his people in there and but the Democrats had just enough people to vote to hold off Trump trying to get some money rolled out to carry the government for X amount of time to extend this thing that they doing, which they ain't gonna let that government shut down. It shut down? No, nah, that government ain't shut down. What do that mean? They ain't gonna let that government shut down, nah. And all them people out of work. But yeah, that's what I heard. They said the government was about to shut down. Let me Google that. Government shutdown begins as Trump threatens layoffs. Why Trump always threatening something, man? After Trump and Congress failed to reach the government shutdown. This thing say the government shut down. Senate voting on funding bills. The government shut down. What does this mean, though? What does the government shut down? Because I'm at work. So what do the government shutting down mean? Somebody explain that to me. They were saying it'd be like 750,000 people out of work. Okay, the Senate is expected to reconvene this morning and vote on the same two bills that it failed to pass last night. What to know today? The shutdown begins. Let me tell my wife this real quick. Yeah, so my session in 2 hours, y'all. Just check with my client. Still a go. So I'll be on here for 2 hours. Shutdown begins. The federal government shutdown began just after midnight after the Senate failed to pass a short-term funding bill. What comes next? The Senate is expected reconvene this morning. They left out 2 on there. Look at this big old site, NBC News. Left out, got a typo in here. So don't y'all feel bad about y'all blogs. The Senate is expected reconvene this morning and vote on the same 2 bills that it failed to pass last night. One from Democrats that contains key health care provisions and one from Republicans that does not. So the Democrats trying to get some key health care provisions and the Republicans are not. Agency plans. Every federal department and agency has its own set of procedures for operating during a shutdown. Many federal employees will be furloughed, but others may need to show up for work without pay. What? Show up for work without pay? Oh, y'all tried me. Absolutely not. I'm not showing up to work without pay. President Donald Trump has also threatened to impose mass layoffs on federal workers. That's nasty. Like, why? What the workers got to do with it? The workers are not the Senate. The workers not in there. Like, what the workers got to do with it? It's like, well, Trump asked it. Well, Trump don't be caring. And hey, this y'all president. This y'all president. Listen, I went in there and wrote Jesus Christ on the ballot. This y'all president. It's like White House freezes $18 billion in New York City infrastructure funding. That's something else. Man, that Trump off the chain. I will vote for Trump. I will vote for Trump. That's like that lady was up there singing that song. I will vote for Trump. I will vote for Trump. And then her family got deported. I said, oh, if you would have put, now see me, I'm just saying. And see, y'all, this is the thing, what y'all be worrying about. Y'all be worrying about the wrong stuff. And that's humans' problems with these politics. That's human problem with these politics. Is y'all be worrying about the wrong things. Y'all be trying to legislate people's lives, what people can and can't do. You have to leave that up to them and God. Because if God gave free will, then so should we. Like, if God didn't want us to do something, we wouldn't have the brain capacity to do it. He give us a choice. Like, you get to choose if you want to do it. And if you want to do it, that's your choice. Like, it just makes things worse when you take and tell somebody what they can and can't do with their body and with their life. All you do then is just create crime, because nobody's fixing to not do what they want to do. So all you do is just create crime. That's it. You just create more opportunity for rebellion to fill up the courthouses and to fill up the jails and to fill up the prisons with more people, because you're trying to control people's lives. And that's what people talking about. And so it's like, listen, if the Democrats want to let people marry who they want to marry, change their body, let the immigrants in, okay, go right ahead. I'm living my life. I'm going to heaven. Go do what you want to do. God bless you. Here go the Holy Bible. Like, I'm not finna get into all of that. And that's what people just get so into. Can't control your own life, so want to control somebody else's life. People sin differently and want to tell somebody else they sin is worse. It's like everybody need to be sweeping around their own front door. What you do with your life, what you do with your body should never be in a legislation. It should be, here is the Holy Bible. These are the instructions, Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's it. That's it. Living proof. Good morning. Hey, you know what? My daddy told me that. He said, man, I got a session on my birthday from 5 to 6, but he was like, I don't want to cancel it, because he was like, I ain't trying to get no refund now. He was like, I try to hold on to my little sessions, because he don't get the amount of sessions he want to get. So he like, man, I try to hold on to my sessions. Favorite restaurant sent him a gift card for him making time on his B-day. And a restaurant where he lived don't have too many. He like, Cheddar's. I think Cheddar's over there. Cheddar's. Smoky Bones over there. It don't matter, to be honest with you. He ain't picky. We ain't stopped. He ain't picky. He ain't picky. Send Amazon $25 instead of food. It don't even matter. But I sure appreciate you for even thinking about that. Let me send him a picture of that. So he'll see. He'll get a little kick out of that. That lady, I will vote for Trump. I will vote for Trump. And then that thing she know, she on TV. Oh, this is not fair. My dad got deported. My brother got deported. I say, see there? That's because y'all voting with your prejudice. You're not voting for policies. You voting for your prejudice. You voting because you feel like he racist and you racist. And so you voting for that. You ain't voting for just policies. A lot of people ain't voting for policy, because a lot of the people, like I told y'all, I heard the farmer, she said, we voted for Trump and now we going bankrupt. She said, because 70% of our workers are foreigners, and they have stopped showing up to work because they are fearing to death of ICE. So she said, in 2 weeks, we going bankrupt, and we voted for Trump. Then I seen another white man. He in the farming industry or some kind of industry, and he said, because of the tariffs, we going bankrupt. He said, because we can't get our products. Like the products that we sell, we assemble them in America, but the parts come from China. He say, so when you see John Deere made in America, he say it's assembled in America. It ain't made in America. The parts come from China. He say, so with these tariffs, we down hundreds of millions. And so it's like, people didn't know what they was, people didn't know what they was voting for. But boy, you see people, I said, all right. That's why I vote for Jesus Christ. Because it don't matter what happened. I'm going to work for the Lord. Just like right now. I'm on here working for the Lord. Ain't at nobody's job. I'm working for the Lord. And come HE double hockey sticks or high water, I'm working for the Lord. Whatever I got to lose, whatever bills I can't pay, I'm working for the Lord. That's it. And I take what come with it. I'm working for the Lord. Listen, I'm not finna be punching nobody's clock. That's why I try to tell y'all, why are you punching somebody's clock? Do not get comfortable punching them people's clock. Do not get comfortable. That is not your job. That is not your life. If that's not your company, you ain't got no power. No matter how important you think you are, when push comes to shove, you gonna get kicked in the back. And so you have to, when you go to that job, when you leave that job, you have to be working on something that you cannot be fired from. Day in and day out. You got to work 40 hours for them, and you got to work 40 hours for yourself until you figure it out. Until you figure out how to make you a little bit of money in and out of season, you got to be working on that. I'm an RN. I work through a hospital, but I go to people's homes. As of yesterday, we are forced to use ATO. Now, listen, I never even really had no real job, so I don't know what ATO is. Or go back inside the hospital due to the shutdown. ATO. It's something time off. Some time off. Hey, Tony, just seen a video of middle schoolers protesting ICE because their superintendent got detained, and it was the saddest thing I've ever seen. The babies are fighting for rights. Look at that. The superintendent. That's when you know this thing is, that's when you know this is racism. This ain't about who legal and not legal. This racism. They're superintendent now. Think about this now. They superintendent. Superintendent now. That is a productive citizen. Not they janitor who is an ex-con. Not the lawnsman who could be an ex-con, but the superintendent got detained. And now the kids out there marching. Kid, yeah, they ain't gonna let that shutdown last long. They just posturing. I can't see that shutdown. If that shutdown lasts long, ADP reports 32,000 jobs for September. Wow. If that shutdown lasts longer than that, then we'll know we're in the last days. And that's all it is. Lisa up on her stuff here. Now I got a client work for Homeland Security. I need to write him. Hey, you at the house? I told you to write that book. You at the house? I need to write him. See if he at the house. My cousin is an attorney for Homeland Security, and it's shut down. Yeah, man. Woo. Boy, look here. And see, listen, I'm going to tell you like this right here. We live in America. We live Department of Defense. Oh, that's why I got a client in the Department of the Defense. A man. Yeah, I don't know what ADP is. Yeah, they shut on down. They shut on down, Rachel. So this is what you got to realize. This right here, the government shutdown, it's not going to affect everybody. And that's exactly what he doing. And that's why I try to tell y'all, it ain't about policies. It ain't about policies. When you voting for somebody, you got to read the man or the woman. You got to read the person. Because some people say they're a puppet and they just in there doing what other people want them to do. But no, they are human too. So they get to call some shots too. They get to say what they want to do too. And because they ain't got to stand for everything, because they got a voice. So if somebody telling them to do something, the finances or whatever telling them to do something, then baptized in Jesus' name versus the name of the Father, Son. Well, Jesus is a part of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Trinity. Jesus is not just by himself. So you just got baptized in the name of Jesus, then, and you left the Father and the Holy Spirit out there, you might be a third of a Christian. You'd be arguing about the craziest stuff, trying to bust hell wide open. It's like, just Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Like, why would you just want to be baptized in the name of Jesus when all he talked about was the Father? And then he gonna lead the Holy Spirit. He's sending the Holy Spirit. It's like, why would you just want to be baptized in his name? Like, people just be arguing about nothing. They be arguing about nothing. You can send it by email with gift cards. They allow you to send it virtual. You just send it to and you could text them. If he call you or you call him, you could text them. Say, hey, I'm your client from yesterday. You know, what's your email? If you don't have his email, but you should have his email in the confirmation of your booking as well. You're right. Aisha, seeing your question. See? See? Now, Bree on to something now. Bree on to something. Bree on to something now. Bree on to something. Bree on to something. Listen, she on to something. Listen, she on to something. I ain't seen now. I ain't heard nothing about the Europeans worrying about ICE now. I ain't heard nothing about the Europeans worrying about ICE. What? That says a lot right there. That says a lot. Oh, I seen about this right here, TSA and air traffic control. I heard about this on the news. It said that if they have a shutdown, how is it going to affect flights? And guess what? Somebody trying to fly it right now. Somebody trying to fly it right now to go visit their sick parent on their deathbed, and their airline might cancel the flight. I would imagine some airlines got a policy to their workers that you got to work X amount of time without pay, and maybe they'll make it up to you or something like that. And so maybe that's the thing. So I didn't shoot my shot, but I did a clue to my crush. That's it, hard for me to initiate convo because I'm shy. He said he is shy too. And then I laughed, nervous, and ran. Now it's awkward. He don't want you. Because he could be shy, but if he wants you, that's one thing men ain't shy about, is shooting that shot. And when you look across all men, you will see men who are deaf and dumb shoot their shot. Men who can't walk shoot their shot. Men who can't talk, shoot they shot. Dogs, all male animals, shoot they shot. One thing a man is not shy about is talking to a woman that he really is into, that he really like. So whenever you have to wonder, he don't want you. He either don't want you or he can't have you. He taking. And that's one thing about it. Guys, I'm meeting in public, get my number and want to go out the same or next day. I explained to them that we need to take our time, talk on the phone first. Why are they so eager to see me again? Is it my energy? Yeah, Summer, you I remember your name, but I still could see your face. I think that was you. Used to have that picture on with that tank top with no bra. That's what they feeling. If you the same person, they definitely feeling that energy. But going out in public, in a public area, no, as long as it ain't to their white van, as long as it ain't to their apartment, your apartment, you all right, because you in the public. So long as you're in the public, I wouldn't necessarily, if you do it that same day or the next day, I wouldn't let them walk you to your car where they could follow you or get your tag number and figure something out. Yup. So people ain't want to read. People ain't want to read. What? I ain't know that now. I ain't know that now. This one thing I want y'all to remember. Start trying to create you something. Start trying to create you something that you can't be fired from. Create you something that you can't be fired from. And it's not going to be easy. And it's going to take some time. Y'all forgive my wife sent me a TikTok. Y'all give me 1 second. Wife sent me a TikTok. Oh yeah. Need that. Need that. Like a new George Foreman. Oh yeah. Need that. That y'all in 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, ADP processes payroll. Okay, I was wondering what that was. Sorry about that, Kenya. Got laid off from the government September 26th. That's my wife's birthday too. Whew. So I know them emails me begging made you mad, Kenya. You probably like, man, I'm laid off. He'll ask me for a city wage, son. I apologize about that. That what Canada said? Cherie's out. Oh, okay, Cherie cash out. Michelle Pertilla. Look at Michelle. Michelle say, listen, we ain't studying that woman who was hating. Yeah, I had my old hater. When I sent my email out about my wife, had my old hater. She and unfortunately, you know, she made the Hispanics look bad. Cause me and my Hispanic clients get along good. I mean, I got several Hispanic clients in my $10,000 program. That's the one-on-one for 16 months where I help them build a business from scratch, A to Z, and promote the business with no extra cost. Man, probably half of the program Hispanic. Had me a Hispanic hating on me because I shout my wife out for her birthday and put a cash app on them. I say, what? I say, Scallywag, you get your behind from around here. Nah, I ain't gonna do that though, Michelle. I ain't gonna be begging like that nah. Be begging like that. What? See, listen, this the thing now. This the thing. This the thing. And this. So what I'm gonna tell y'all. What I'm gonna tell y'all is you got to realize that God gave you several gifts. It's so sad. I talk to clients sometime and they say, Tony, I don't know what my gift is. And that's heartbreaking to me, because the devil has orchestrated our countries to strip us of our creativity and to strip us of our gifts. And it has made us to believe that we can only work for somebody else, and that it's impossible to earn enough money to make a living for ourselves. And it has made us so job scared. I got a friend who earns over $3,000 a month from YouTube, and he's deathly afraid to leave his job and go all in and do YouTube 7 days a week, 2 times a day, and create other streams of income and create other products and just go all in. And entrepreneurship is not easy. Like, it's not easy, because you become an entrepreneur, you find success, and then your family will have their hand out. Your siblings, your parents, your friends, whoever may be coming to you for stuff. Whoever is in your life, they'll be coming to you for stuff. And you have to realize, and you got to understand, that it's not going to be easy, and it's ups and downs. And the mistake that most of us make the mistake that most of us make is, when we have success in entrepreneurship, we will put too many people on, or we'll add too many bills, and then it is cyclical and it goes up and down in that entrepreneurship. But I want y'all to realize that, and if you don't know how to do it, then get with me. I'll put the and do a one-on-one session. I don't know if I got any October time left, and we'll talk for about 30-45 minutes about everything that you do, and then I'll tell you what your gift is. Sometimes we can't see it in ourselves, but I'll tell you what your gift is, and I'm gonna put the link in the description of this here video. You'll see it at the very bottom. I'm gonna see if I can add it, and I'll tell you what your gift is, and I want you to implement. And you have to be logical, and you ain't really gotta be strategic. You just have to think about it. Like, and a lot of time we overthink things because of the way we were made to think in school. And we overthink these things, and that's what mess us up. So I want y'all to get that together. And y'all, let me get in here and get some of y'all questions, because I know all y'all want to talk about is love. Love. Bills can't even be paid, and y'all be worried about some love. Yeah, Tony, I ain't gonna be able to afford a session, but I still want a man. Hey, huh? You need to be working on your finances. Like, you need to be working on a stream of income. You worried about a man. He to be worried about a stream of income. Like, you don't want no man that's no hobo. That man finna dog you out. You come in there as a hobo, man, finna dog you out. You can't request no man with a job earning good money with his money in order if you ain't got yours in order. So it's like you got to be able to lock on in and get yours in order. I'm adding a link in the description for the discounted session. Now this 50% off. It's only for the people who watching the live, and I know y'all looking like, ooh, Tony, you finna have 350 people. No, it'll be 1 or 2 people who can afford this. We living in a different day and age right now, y'all. So it's not even 10%. That's why I be trying to tell people. People come to me all the time. Hey, so yeah, if you create this and you promote this and you just get 10%, and I be like, do you understand how hard it is to get 10% of anything? Like, it's not even 1%. It's not even half of a percent of the people that follow somebody online that actually support them. So I want to dispel that myth for y'all, because y'all look at people numbers and y'all be thinking that influencers getting 10% support for everything that we release. We don't even get 0.5% of support. That ain't how that works. And the reason why is because everybody be thinking the same thing. Everybody be thinking, oh, they getting at least 10 to 50%. So, ooh, how many subscribers they got? 500,000. Ooh, so that means 50,000 people donated. No, it be 50 people. It be right now, the film that we raising funds for to complete, get us over the edge, 46 people have supported. 46 people. I get probably 1 million views a month. 46 people. So that's what y'all have to realize, that even in entrepreneur economy, it still ain't what it looked like. So that's why y'all see right now I wrote an album. I wrote that album because everybody love music, and God gave me a gift to write. So even though I'm not an artist and I don't know how to sing, I could do good enough to write. So I wrote the album. People gonna download it and stream it. Some people gonna stream it all day while they working. Guess what? That's a stream of income. It's also serving a purpose, because it's bringing back real love for the couples, to be men talking about loving their wives instead of cheating on their wife. And so that's the thing. To my dad client, he say Chili's or Bonefish Grill. He say either one. And let me see here. I'm trying to tell you. Had a call with you. Y'all, I'm going to go back up and catch y'all questions. Y'all put that hashtag Q in front of there. Had a call with you. Asked about a guy that I am not attracted to, but he likes me. Said I would give him a chance, talk to him and see where his mind is. Combo feels forced and he seems lustful. What to do? Well, first you got to know the convo is forced because you're not attracted to him. And 2, every guy is lustful. So if he doesn't have the personality and the communication skills to make up for his lack of looks, then it's a no-go. And you could pat yourself on the back that you gave it a shot. Because it's a lot of looks challenged men who have dynamic personalities, and that's what gets them through. So it's like Kevin Hart. Even though they say he is very short, he make you laugh. And they say that's what got him his beautiful wife. Now, of course, we know he could have had money at the time he met her. Who knows? But I see that all the time. So if he ain't got the looks or the personality, he got to work on himself. That's on him. My bills are paid and I have a blessed business. Do you do video call sessions? If you request it, when you book it, I don't like doing them because, you know, I'm staring at the camera for an hour, but it does help me, you know, stay locked in and focused. And so if you request a video session, I do them, especially if you're overseas because of the phone stuff. Yeah. That's how it be. The link is for a one-on-one session, and that's in the description of the video. Up under there, you'll see at the very bottom of it, it'll say discounted session or one-on-one session. I can't remember what I just put with it, but I'll help you find your gift. And let me tell y'all something while I'm looking for these other questions about y'all relationships. And it's just not that hard. For me, it's hard because I put a lot on myself. So I take care of my mom, I take care of my mother-in-law, I take care of my dad vehicle, my mother-in-law vehicle, you know, take care of my wife doesn't work, my mom doesn't work, my mother-in-law doesn't work, my dad doesn't work, and he's retired, so I don't have to pay in his bills, but I gave him a very nice car, and it costs, you know, every month. And so I put a lot on myself, and that's why it's hard for me. But you don't have to do it the way that I did it. I did it because, and that's why I wear this shirt, consistency. I did it because I kick my feet back. I mean, I kick my feet up if it's too easy. Like, I got to be under the gun, behind the 8-ball. I operate better under pressure. Like, when everything is easy and convenient and stuff, I don't do well. But I don't recommend that if you have self-harm thoughts, if you have different type of situations and stuff, mental issues that you've suffered through. I recommend using your gift, making your money, stacking your money. But me, I don't be worrying about the stuff. Like, whatever come what may. Like, I'm just passing through. Like, I'm not worried about being the best businessman, being the best financial expert. Not worrying about that. I'm worried about living righteous. I'm worrying about fleeing from sin. That's what I'm worried about. And so I look at stuff differently. Write a book. Y'all start now. Well, Michelle, how about this? If you know her cash out, you keep her cash out. And every time the Lord put it on your heart, and you see me and you like, Tony look annoying today, let me send Sister Gaskins a blessing for Starbucks. What y'all talking about? Got a Marine goddess on the cup. It's like, boy, y'all be looking for anything, boy, to be righteous. Y'all be looking for anything to be holier than now. Aisha, start it today. Start it today. Don't wait. Start it today. How to deal with sis who has walked around the house in bra and underwear in front of my spouse, haven't asked for respect, and was told by my mother and sister that I'm insecure and my man shouldn't be looking. Wow. What in the world? This got to be a fake question. Hey, listen, I'm the wrong one to ask that right there, Nee. Because if I was you, I'd have beat the brakes off my sister. She'd have had to shoot the fade. You hear me? Your sister must can fight and ain't scared of you, but I'd have had to swing on her. I'm going to tell you, I'm the wrong one. Don't take my, I'd have had to swing on her. That's blatant disrespect there. Like, y'all, sis, y'all need therapy. You come from a broken family. That's the real, well, therapy ain't really going to help because sometimes they can't tell you. everything you need to do because they don't want to get sued. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, she got to get up out my house. She got to get up out my house either, or if that's not your house, or if y'all live together, don't have your spouse over there. If it's your house, she can't be there. If it's her house or your mama house, your spouse can't be there. Because one thing I will tell you is you can't talk about the man shouldn't be looking. Oh, we gonna look. If that's right there in front of our face, we gonna look like this. Ray Charles seen that. Ray Charles, like Brian Penny. What going on? Like Brian Penny just passed me. So listen, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's foolishness. Just like the Bible say, don't provoke your child. It's like don't be a hindrance to your brethren. That's what the Bible say. Don't be a hindrance to your brethren. It's because God know we human. And so it's like if you sit right there, you got a dog, go wave a little treat in your dog face. It don't matter how much you done train that dog. That dog finna go crazy. And he trained or she trained. It's like that right there. No, nah. I cannot imagine that, sister. That sounds like a fake question. That's so crazy, it sounds like a fake question. Look here now. This what it is. That's what I felt too. But on that situation we was talking about with the politics. It sounds like some bully tactics. Because Trump threatening to fire people and all that. That sounds like some bully tactics. Why do people stay in marriages when there's infidelity, different forms of outside children and disrespect? My sister been with one for 10 years, married for 4, but there's nothing we can tell her. Yep, that's the power of a relationship. It's just she just that's her identity. That's all she know. Also, we go through this every year because the government fiscal year ends 9/30 and the budget for the new year that starts today hasn't been passed. However, T-Daddy is purposely, that's Trump. Yeah, he purposely. Oh, okay, that was the end of your message. Okay, so I see I'm going the wrong way. Y'all forgive me. Let me get in order here. I'm going the wrong way. Welcome to the new members. Tab, God bless you. Thank you for that super chat, Tab. Now, that's y'all. One way to get that question answered faster. Jump on in the VIP line. Y'all in the free before 11 at the club line. Tab, got in the VIP line. I'm a paralegal who works for a law firm now and worked 7 years for the immigration court. I looked up the detained superintendent's case. He received an order of removal from a judge in 24. In 24, he is here illegally. How he here illegally and is a superintendent? What in the world? He applied for his latest superintendent job after the order of removal. So he's black, but he duped the school district. That mean so he's black, but he dipped, or he's blocked, but he duped the school district staff, parents, and students. It's sad all around. Wow. So the man is illegal. And see, that's the thing right there. If you could be a superintendent, that ought to give you citizenship. It's like that's the kind of people we need. It's like if you want to deport somebody, deport the criminals. But you're not finna get hired as a superintendent if you are a staunch criminal and you the worst of the worst. It's like that's racism at that point. That's just racism. It's like, my goodness, they doing the most. When I was in court, this man received a speeding ticket. They told him he needed a lawyer or it would affect his immigration status. Wow. Immigration status? For a speeding ticket? And see, Carlotta, let me tell you, I'm doing the same. My t-shirts are getting out there and working on the website and YouTube. Slow process, but I'm not stopping. Insurance license too. Let's keep going. Balling out of control now, Carlotta. That's how you got to do it. And I'm going to tell y'all, whatever you create, just go hand to hand. Hand to hand. Go down your list. Sell that t-shirt to every single family member. Because what you got to realize is, when you post that, I'm selling these t-shirts and they got this dope saying on it. Now you get to cut people off. Unless you know they in a known struggle, like they in a super struggle. Now it's like, hey, got this t-shirt, you want one, cuz? Cuz say, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Oh, all right. Write their name on the list. Just like that. You got to put it in their face. Every church member, every co-worker, every cousin, every sibling, everybody. It's because now they get inspired. Now when they create their t-shirt and they come to you, you got to support now. You got to buy. Look at Lisa. Lisa caught on. Lisa caught on. And that's Lisa caught on. That's why I tell you, if Barack can respond to Michelle, that's what I got to add for you there, Karen. The setting a firm boundary to only dating committed believers reflect obedience and trust in God, or could it risk being closed off to how God might work in someone's life through a relationship? No, the Bible tells us that we have no business with, light has no business with darkness, and righteous has no business with evil. So if somebody don't love the Lord, they're not walking or trying to walk with the Lord, you got to keep it moving, because that's not how God works. God's not going to have you put your heart on the line to save somebody's soul, because that's why he sent his son to die for those unbelieving men. So God not going to ask you to create an emotional soul tie or a physical soul tie to win somebody to him, and you're not going to be able to do that. It's really never been done. It's like, and when I say really never been done, I mean, like, yeah, it maybe have happened a handful of times, but we don't see any testimonies online of a man becoming a devout Christian and living a righteous lifestyle because of the way he saw his woman living her life for Christ. We maybe could find one out of the millions and millions of people online. We might get lucky to find 5. And it's like, you know, I became a faithful man because my wife wouldn't put up with nothing. But my walk with God, that comes from my desire. That comes from how I was raised. And I'm actually closer to God probably than my wife. And that's a man's choice. So you're not really going to be able to get a man to do that. And y'all got to forgive me. Got to keep going. Is it possible for a man to be married to you and not like you? Absolutely. Absolutely. And we go through those phases like as humans. And vice versa, a woman could be that way as well. And we go through that as humans. Have not seen that. Ace Hood. What to do then if he continues to do things for me? Last time we spoke, he got on his knee to apologize because he saw how awkward I was and thought I was mad. I won't tell him I like him. Yeah, you need a coach session, Rachel. You need a coaching session because y'all sound very different. So we might need to come up with a special plan for y'all because I've never heard nothing like that. Somebody getting on their knee to apologize after you ran away. That don't even sound like a real message, Rachel. So if we get an approach as women, does that mean, so if we are not getting approached as women, does that mean we are not attractive? Nope, don't mean that. Just mean that you haven't increased your rate of exposure and you're not going places where you can be approached. So you got to think about it. Like when you walk fast. You walk with pace. So if everywhere you go, you just going somewhere where you walking, like you get out your car, you walk in the grocery store, you walking around the grocery store, you go to the mall, you walking around through the mall. In order for a man to approach you today in this climate, you got to go and be stationary. You got to go to Starbucks, sit down, have your laptop, get you something to drink, be working on your business. On the weekends when you're not working, go to Starbucks or Barnes and Nobles or internet cafe and stay there long as you need to. That way a man can see you. On Friday night or Saturday morning, whatever city you in, y'all got a big college team, they playing on TV, go down to the sports bar, sports restaurant, wherever they got TVs that's nice. Could be, it could be anywhere. You could go to a different one every Saturday. Put your team jersey on, go to the tailor, get it cropped, get you some form-fitting jeans, show a little booty, little thighs, have you some nice shoes on, some Dunks or some Nikes or some whatever with the little team jersey, and go sit there, have your water and lemon, salad, fries, whatever, wings, sit there, watch the game. Laugh, talk to the person next to you, talk to the person over here, make friends, exchange numbers with her or with him, get up, join a car club, join a whatever. You gotta increase your rate of exposure. You got to get out your head. You got to increase your rate of exposure. And you got to be in places where a man could really see you, take you in. Ironically, I'm scrolling back down. And there's a narrative that coffee dates are considered low effort. Do you believe the type of date a man takes a woman on determines how he views her? No, I don't. It's not that serious. It's just that you have to think that a man is trying to find a wife, and I think a lot of times men and women look at things just only from their perspective, and a woman is the receiver, so the man is paying for it, and the woman is just thinking about her. But what the woman doesn't realize is that he got to shoot his shot at 3 different women every week and take them on a date to try to see who is his wife, because it takes so long to get to know a person to where you don't know who your wife is. Like when I met my wife, I was talking to 4 or 5 other women, and that's just what you have to do. You got to increase your rate of exposure to find the one. Like you really got to increase the numbers, because if you just go on one person at a time, it will take you 3 lifetimes to find your spouse, because it might take you 3 or 6 months to 12 months to learn this person. So you have to date multiple people without sleeping with them, meaning you going on dates, and then you weed them out as fast as possible. As soon as you see major red flags or deal breakers, you cut them off, and then you keep going, and then you replace them with somebody else. And until somebody asks you to be exclusive, that you want to be exclusive with, then you date. You go on multiple dates. And in order to do that, you need to be going on a date every week as a woman. And if you getting taken out to eat 2, 3 times, 4 times a week, you finna be putting on weight that you don't want to put on. And so going to get that coffee ain't finna do nothing but get that stomach ready to go to that bathroom and lose you a pound when you get out that date. And if the conversation was bad, now that bathroom session finna lose 2 pounds, because you finna have an extra flush from the cortisol that hit that stomach and mixed up with that coffee. And so it's like, y'all have to stop listening to scallywags. Y'all be listening to scallywags. Y'all be listening to witches. Y'all be listening to corporate HOs. Y'all be listening to sprinkle. And they be telling y'all that a man taking you on a coffee date is low effort and all of this right here. A man only texting you is low effort. When it comes to spending money, especially in this economy, he spent gas. He spent time. He wore out his tires. His tires closer to needing change. Now his oil closer to needing change. Now his gas need refilling. So it's like, he ain't just spend on the coffee, it spent other stuff. And the woman, you spending the same thing. So now you don't owe him nothing. Y'all see, the thing about it is, and what you have to realize is, women innately are created for a man. A woman is created to be submissive to a man and to be reciprocal to a man. So subconsciously, if you are a good woman and you let a man go take you out to get steak, you're gonna feel like you owe him something. Whether that's a grab of your booty, a kiss on the lips, a trip over to your house, a second date, you're gonna feel like you owe him something because you're a good woman and you don't want to shut that reciprocal part of you off and just be a taker. So you're gonna feel like that, and that's gonna show up subconsciously. Even if you say, well, I definitely don't feel like I owe him no sex because he took me to a fancy restaurant, but you still gonna feel something. And so you might end up talking to him longer than you should. You might end up ignoring red flags because he bought you your favorite meal and you had your favorite cocktail, and he picked you up, or he opened your door. He could have even rented a Benz or a Range Rover or something or whatever. He took you to this nice restaurant. He can't afford the restaurant. So honestly, what I've tried to get women to understand, like, I'm gonna try to get y'all to understand this. Y'all got to hear me out on this now. And women do not want to be listening. Y'all do not like to listen. If a man asks you to go half on a date, or he asks you, can y'all go get coffee or tea, that is the kind of man that you want to deal with, because he is real. He is direct. He is authentic. What I'm trying to tell y'all is, us players, we will take you to the steakhouse because we want to get in them cheese. We trying to clap cheese. We taking you to the steakhouse. We letting you get the Caesar salad, the steak, or 2 salads if you vegetarian, or the lobster. We spending every dime we got. We setting a standard and a precedent that we cannot keep. That's what players do. A real man, a man that's going, like right now, my father-in-law is taking my stepmother-in-law and her mama. They going out of town on my father-in-law dime. My father-in-law, they have gone to about 50 countries in the last 3 years because that man was frugal. They entire life, they entire marriage, he was frugal. They cooked at home every day. They wore regular shoes, they wore regular clothes. That man is a millionaire next door. That man made millions. That man sitting on millions. They could do anything they want to do. And that's what y'all got to understand. Like, women get bought. Y'all get bought. That's how the dope boy buy you. Why do you think that these athletes have so many baby mamas? Because they titillate a woman's senses with money. Because even a woman who got her own money still likes money to be spent on her. And when we spend money as men, we could get a woman to do anything we want her to do. We could get a woman to go anywhere we want her to go. We could get a woman to do anything we want to do until she done had enough of that money and she done put up enough of her money or whatever, or she got enough money. But men buy women. You want a man that is not trying to buy you. You want a man that is trying to get to know you. And yes, he should pay for the date. He should pay for the date. But you shouldn't want to go to fancy restaurants with every man that you dating. So y'all don't let these women tell y'all that, because now you looking like the HO about town, because your town ain't but so big. So the workers, they like, man, she must be a streetwalker, because we done seen her in here with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, everybody bringing her to get a steak. When the man get up to go to the bathroom, the waitress gonna go to him and be like, hey, we just seen her in here 2 days ago with another guy. Like, you know, just give me a heads up. Like, you want to do a coffee shop tour. And that way too, if the date is bad, that way, instead of the food carrying the date, the conversation carries the date. So if the date is bad, it ends fast because y'all just getting coffee. If the date is amazing, it could be 3 hours because now y'all having great conversation. And so you got to realize that. No, my dad more a relationship coach. He more like life and relationship coach. But he can do a little bit of that. But what I'll say, you probably just need to save the money where you could talk to me. I'm the entrepreneur of the family. So you might just want to save on up. Tony, what's the email address to send questions regarding scheduling a coaching session? I bought the session but was unable to schedule. I think you reset the old email. It's support at TonyGaskins.com. support at TonyGaskins.com. And the if y'all buy a session, on the confirmation page you'll see the link to my calendar. So understand that. And when you write in, send your receipt, so we'll know, or your name that you did it under. Becoming part of 1322 is still an option. Been taking other courses, not had the time. Yep, anytime you ready. That insurance, that, you know, goes everywhere. It just, you'll be on one of my agents, you know. They'll be your, you know, direct support. Yeah, you can't have nobody. You can't have nobody. Can't have your family walking around in front of your man in bra and panties. Yes, it is, Kenji. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Amazing. Glad y'all was able to connect. Oh, and thank you about the new song now. That's one version of it. Got another version I need to upload. One year is going to propose soon. However, his younger sister, who is my age, lives with him, and I told him I won't move in until she is out. Am I wrong for feeling this? Yeah, you wrong for feeling that, because you moving into his house. And so she was already there. And so you should have your own house, your own place, and then he can move into your place. But really, y'all shouldn't live together until y'all get married. Just because you're engaged don't mean anything. It's you man ain't done nothing for you till he marry you. Engagement don't mean nothing, because ain't no benefits to being a fiance. So you really need to stay where you at, and y'all keep building, keep falling deeper in love, set the date for the wedding, and then when y'all get married, now he could get a date to his little sister, to where she got to find her somewhere to stay, or go stay with his mama or his daddy or whomever. But to be honest with you, we in a new day today, because the way this economy is, most adult people can't afford to live alone. So got to realize that. Does a man show signs that he is unhappy in a marriage? If he is faithful. If he's faithful, he shows signs. Some men show signs when they cheating too, like just being short with you, being snappy, being whatever. But if a man is faithful, you definitely gonna feel his happiness. If you found mold on the food of a place where you dining at, how would you respond? I just get my money back and go on somewhere else. Legal action, you need throwing good money out the bag, and you might not get nothing. I do Better Business Bureau, maybe get you a $100 gift card from them. Why do women, when they get married, keep their maiden last name or hyphenate and don't want to change it? Some women do it just because they are afraid. You know, some women, it's like, or they name got legacy, they name hold power in the city, or what have you. And my wife ain't changed hers because she was going through the green card process, so I find out she was already got her citizenship before we got married, and she had just got it done when we got married. So she kept her last name, her maiden name, for a while, and then eventually later down the line she changed it. Years down the line. And some women do it for their dad. They're a daddy's girl. Yeah. Let me see here. Y'all got about an hour left. Let me see. Yeah. Got about an hour. Why are so many women who are educated and have every area of their life in order unable to get love and relationships right? Many successful and intelligent women are single. The reason being is because a woman was not created by God to have to go to school and go to work and all that corporate. That's what the world did. God's creation was for man to provide for the woman, for man to be the head of the household, for man to go out and hunt, bring the food back, and the woman be at home with the children. But when men lost our way, women started being left to themselves. So a woman then had to channel something that she wouldn't otherwise have to channel. So instead of being able to move from a place of freedom and femininity, like the Proverbs 31 woman, to where she could make moves and she could do her thing, but her husband known in the city. Her husband is him. And so she able to be her. When a woman started being forced to be her and him, and she started having to do more, and she started having to be out there and doing this and that, now she had to develop, she had to channel what we call masculinity, which could just be a strong form of femininity. And so she had to cut certain parts of her mind off, cut certain parts of her heart off, so she could lock in and she could focus on getting her degree, getting a job, climbing the corporate ladder. And so it made her more assertive. It made her more aggressive. It made her more direct, more straightforward. It made her harder to deal with, because the corporate world is cutthroat. So a woman got to move a certain way. Whereas when a woman is to be with a man, she's supposed to be able to rest in her feminine. She's supposed to be able to drop her guard. She's supposed to be able to trust, to let go, to lean in, to be all in. And when she can't do that because she has to protect herself, she got to keep her guard up, it rub a man the wrong way. And that's why you see so many men saying they don't want no boss babe, because of what that woman had to develop and what she had to channel to be a boss babe. And I have dealt with that even in business. Like when I'm dealing with a business woman, with a corporate woman who is like super successful, she's more abrasive, she's more direct, she's less malleable, she's less understanding. Whereas when I deal with a woman who is still in her feminine, like she is malleable, she understanding, she's flexible, she's lighthearted. But a woman who been too corporate, she just like, she's stiff, and she hard to deal with. Like I had a client who was a millionaire and got a really big brand, and I wrote a book for her, and I wrote the whole book. I did all the hard work. And she, in ghostwriting, it's the client's job to go and make the small changes. Like if you want to change "and" to "on," that's on you. Like the ghostwriter does the bulk of the work, like the intellectual property. And so this was like 30. It was a book of 31 affirmations. I might still have it on the computer somewhere. She never published it because I wouldn't go change every little small word, and because it was every day something else would change. And I'm like, just go through it. It's only 31 affirmations. Each affirmation is only 4 sentences. But because she runs a multi-billion-dollar business and she had an assistant, she could even have her assistant do it. I'm like, but I can't read your mind. Like, I don't know how you want to change this 3-letter word to this 4-letter word. Like, you could make that change. And she didn't express, like, I don't know if she couldn't read and write well, or she just whatever. And so it became this thing of like a peeing contest. Like she was trying to son me. Like she was trying to be my boss. Like she wanted to, she had got so used to people eating out her hand and her being able to tell everybody what to do and them like just bending over backwards, that she couldn't acquiesce to the way my ghostwriting program works. And so we just parted ways, and she never published a book. She wasted $3,500. She paid me $3,500 to write a book, and never published a book over like 2 words or something that she wanted to change. And I had changed 10, 15 of them, but then every day it was like, okay, change on, change and, change this. I'm like, listen, I done did all the bulk of the work. Like, I done wrote everything. Like, ghostwriting ain't A to Z because you a different person. The ghostwriter's a different person. I told you that at the beginning. You got to go through and make the small little changes that you want to make. And guess what? She's still single to this day. You know, and she's a single mom. And still single because too bossy. So you got to realize that that's the thing is, and it's a very fine line. It's a hard balance for a woman to be a boss in the world and then to be a babe in a relationship. And I got another corporate client to where, you know, she got a name, but her name is always just traditionally shortened to a simpler, easier name, and a name that you would say when you are endeared to that person or you cool with that person. But she told me she hate that name and she wants you to say her full name. And so guess what? That one little quirk of in the workplace wanting to be respected and wanting to be called by your full name so people don't get too comfortable with you, being carried over to, boom, your friendships or your outside of work relationships and working relationships that probably will carry into your relationship, will then cause a rift. And so whereas a real man and a provider man, when he come into a woman's life that got all these degrees and got all this success, he don't want to be butting heads with her. Like, a man is intended to lead. A man is intended to be the head. So if a woman is successful in the world, because that wasn't God's original plan for her, she had to adapt and to adopt some other things to where she gonna take that to this man, and she gonna treat this man like he one of her co-workers, like he one of her staff, one of her employees, one of her subordinates, without her even realizing it. She gonna talk to him like that. And I done had coaching sessions with boss women and they man, and they talk to that man like he is a poodle. Like, they talk to the man like they barking at their Yorkie or they Chihuahua. And I have to tell those women, like, I say, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Like, you use me as an example. You using me as an example of how you want your man to be, and you want your man to be like me. I would never in a million years be with a woman like you that talk to a man like that. Never in a million years. So you got to understand that you talking to a man, that you dealing with a man, like you dealing with somebody who is wired to kill. You dealing with somebody who, if a man talk to him the way you talking to him, that man will lose all his teeth in his mouth. And this man is willing to get on a coaching call and talk to another man about his relationship. You got a good man. You got to stop trying to castrate this man. You got to stop trying to demean this man. You got to stop trying to demoralize this man. And you got to realize that you have a good man. And I be having to let women know, like, hey, listen, it's your boss babe that's blocking your blessings. You got to separate the corporate animal, who you got to become in corporate to win, from your relationship. You can't be both of them in there. You can't be both of them. And that's just a thing. And it's a lot of women who just was raised like that. Is a lot of women who just raised like that. Yeah, that's how it be. No, exactly. Shut down the unbelievable. No, you need to shut down the unbelievable. You can't. And what Christian YouTubers saying that? Because they living in sin. They are living in sin. Y'all, let me take my little water break. Because this is the thing what you got to realize about unbelievers. Is unbelievers want to sleep with Christians to prove to themselves that God is not real. People who don't have a real relationship with God, they go to war against God with God's children. And their goal is to prove to themselves that God is not real and God is not powerful. Because if his own so-called children who profess his name can't live by his teachings, by his instructions, then he must not be real. That's why unbelievers want to be with believers. Because who else would sign up purely to be with somebody that you can't relate to? To be with somebody that the most foundational thing in your life is the opposite. Like, nobody would do that. Like, nobody in their right mind would do that. Somebody either doing that out of desperation or deception. And so it's just not a real thing. And they used to say, and there were songs and all that. There were songs and all of that that would say, where you seen that at now? I wonder if it's some of them closing. It'll be good if they do close, though. They charge too much, and too many of them. And there used to be songs that say, that the rappers would say, oh, you know, the church girls is the wildest. And all of that. No, you ain't doomed. That's where you want to start at. Joyce get it right there. Right. Yeah. And that's what I did when I was 20 or 21. Took this young lady to a steak restaurant. And then I was mad. Because her butt in there getting Caesar salad, steak, all these sides, drink. Her meal was $63. I was like, what the world? Then the next time, some came up and she was like, you ain't have to take me to no steak restaurant. We could have went to McDonald's. That was you trying to show out. I was like, well, she got a point. I sure was trying to show out. I'm trying to get it a draw. Man. Still ain't getting a draw. I say, what? I say, yeah. Let me see. Y'all, when I be talking, Tab ain't in the Blessed Tribe. Tab working for the government. Tab working for the government. Got a check over there. Tab over there got a check now. Tab say, there's Part 1. Visited Auntie Church in June. Went back this past Sunday. Man approached and said he been waiting for me to return. Auntie said he's a good guy. Plays drums, sings in church, attend every Sunday. Retired, has an SUV and own home. Okay. I was trying to see you with my good eye, Tab. Man say he has. Man say he waiting on you to get back. He asked for number and called this Sunday night. Talked and said he has a guest in home. She's 48. He's 62. Said helping her so she won't be homeless. gave him 30 days to get her out before I can talk to him. He said, okay, should I leave him alone? I'm 48. He's 62. Well, for one, he way out your age group now, Tab. I think you could do better than that. Because you're in here in shape. You got Michelle Obama shoulders and arms. You know, got your smile on you. Get your hair done. Paralegal. Googling people business. And finding out people business at work. You could do better than a 62-year-old. Wish we could see you on cam. Knew he would benefit from the raw and real combo. Yeah, he would. He would. Just be able to chop it up and talk and grow and learn. And I learn from him too, because never been in his shoes. So that's why I think a lot of times we be judging people, but them shoes be big shoes to fill. Zoom Q&A for members. Bree, those will be random. It's not really a part of the thing, so those just kind of random. Whenever I get the time or on a little free day. Wednesday night be my early nights because Tatum don't have practice, so I like to be home so we can eat dinner together as a family on Wednesdays if I'm able to. So I'm gonna have to move our Wealth Wednesdays to another night because I ain't even been able to do them. So I'm gonna have to move those probably to a Thursday night. Made sense though with Wealth Wednesdays. Got to crank those back up. Travis told the truth. Told the truth. Money is the least thing to a man with money. How can you tell if a man is emotionally available? What are some of the signs? Emotionally available men will be present, active, and consistent. So that's what you have to realize. The men who are not emotionally available will be inconsistent. So you'll hear from him on Monday, then you might not hear from him till Thursday or Friday. Then he might miss a whole week. He may just like the text. Then when you get on the phone, the conversation might not be that good. So you got to understand that right there. Michelle, God bless you. So he will be consistent. Will be consistent. When you're old, it's hard to find a relationship. Today, Aisha, it's getting hard to find a relationship at all the ages, look like. Unfortunately, I have so many visions for all my children's business ideas between patent, copyright, and trademark. You don't need any of them really. It's like once you create that LLC, you create a website, nobody really trying to steal anything. And at the end of the day, you still got to go to court. Like, listen, T.I. and Tiny, they went to court for on what it was, Glam Girls or whatever it was, the OG Girls. They won $75 million judgment. I don't know if they got the money yet, but they won that $75 million. But they had to spend a lot of money. They probably had to spend $500,000, $100,000, $1 million. And so it's like it's one of them things to where you could patent it, copyright it, trademark it. When Mattel steal it, can you afford to go to court? No, we can't. Not against them. So it's best to just get it out there and then get the word out so that now, and get everybody to buy it, all your friends and family to buy it, so that now if you got to go to court, you could go to court by yourself, represent yourself, and your footprint is so out there that the judge could easily see that you was infringed upon. But what you also got to realize is there's really no original ideas, and if it's too original, it's probably a bad idea, because we in 2025, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's gonna be done has been done, and so it's like the only thing we just putting our fingerprint on it. Like, we really ain't doing nothing new. So it's like you making lemonade. Lemonade already exists. You just calling it a different name. You know, you're doing a t-shirt, already exists. Like, whatever you're doing, it already is out there somewhere. So it's like wasting all that money for all that type of stuff. The best thing to do, if you know nothing about business, is to do a coaching session. Trademark might cost you $2,000. You do a coaching session for 10% of that, and I give you the whole plan on what you need to do. Get your businesses out there. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be able to keep up in this season now. I ain't traveling that much, so y'all ain't gonna be able to keep up. I broke up with a guy that I liked, but I felt he needed to grow up. Now I'm constantly running into him randomly, and he's watching my socials. There's a part of me that still wants the relationship back. He'll reach out. He'll reach out. What moves would you make in this economy if you only made 100K a year? Favorite stocks, etc. Now, ironically, 100K, still is a lot of money, but and you're gonna spend, just to be safe, to feel safe, you're gonna spend 24,000 of that on an apartment, and then after that, me personally, I don't believe in investing in stocks until you've created from you. So like Liz, like if that's you in that picture, you look fashionable. You look like, you taking that picture, look like a model. So with that right there, you could create a clothing line. You could create a t-shirt line. You could become a confidence coach. You could see how you went out the way to do that picture, and you look at all the other women pictures on here, none of their pictures look like yours. So that means you go the extra mile. That means you big on aesthetics. So that means you could be an interior designer, you could be a fashion designer, you could be an event planner, you could be a consultant. I could tell all that just because you went the extra mile on a headshot, on a profile picture. And that could be AI. But it still is, you went the extra mile because presentation to you matters. And so you have to think about that stems from a gift. And your biggest return is always going to be investing in yourself. The stock market gonna grow 6% to, in a crazy year, 25%. When you invest in yourself, the return is in the thousands. It's in the thousands. If you consistent and you really put your finger on the pulse of what you are good at or super passionate about, and then you realize every single person is your customer. Whereas when you invest in the stock, yes, it's gonna grow, but you might not be here to see the growth. Or right when you getting ready to retire, it could tank and you lose a lot of the growth, and you still got to go back to work. But when you invest in you and you create something that's not a trend, it's not based on a trend, you can continue to evolve it and expand on it, then you could do that for the rest of your life. And you just keep just stacking days and building it. Welcome to the new members. in the last month, but all have been red flags. I've been blocking and deleting. Should I just take a break from giving my number out or just keep going till the right one comes? You could be a little more selective. So what you need to do is kind of create you a little guideline. So you got to realize, Summer, that not everything is for everybody. So you heard me say, give out your number to any guy that approach you. But that is talking to women who rarely get approached, because most women don't get approached a lot. So they can't be so picky, because they might get approached once a month, once every 3 months. If you done got approached by 3 guys in the last month, then your rate of exposure is higher. So now you have to create some guidelines to where you look at his outfit, you look at his shoes, you look at his teeth, you look at his fingernails, like you look at something, like you hear his voice, you listen to his accent, you listen to how he approaches you, what he says to you. And then if he doesn't check off the boxes you need checked off, like a respectable approach, a clean presentation, clean clothes and whatever, and he looks clean and put together, and if he don't check off that, then, oh, thank you so much, but I have a boyfriend, but I really thank you for the kind words, and go on about your business. And you could converse with him, because you don't really have a boyfriend, so you could converse with him. So, oh, well, can you have a friend? Well, think about it. If you were my boyfriend, would you want me to have a male friend? Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Oh, okay. Well, you wouldn't be the type of boyfriend that I would want to be with. Thank you, though. God bless you. Keep your head up. Just like that. Side thing, can you tell all the other YouTubers stop smacking and slurping on here? Yeah, y'all see, that's why I don't do it. I don't like that, because I got that thing where they say in your brain where it bothers you when you hear people chew. So that's why I don't drink and eat and all that on camera. And just people try to be too, it's a try hard, trying to look too relaxed, trying to look too casual, like this too easy. So they want to just be eating and all of that. Like, man, I don't want to hear all that. Travis telling y'all right now. Travis is telling y'all right. According to the Bible, no, it's not. And it's not really. Emotional affair is kind of subjective, because you don't really know where a person's emotions are. So when we say emotional affairs, we've made it a thing of like, hey, this is an emotional affair because you were talking to this person or you were friends with this person. But the person literally could have been looking at it like, this is just a friend. Like, I don't have any emotions. Because one thing about a real emotional affair, it's not going to stay emotional. Like, if it's truly emotional, it's going to become physical. And when it becomes physical, and then it becomes intercourse, now, but technically an emotional affair is subjective, because somebody could be like, oh, you speak and you smile at that man or that woman every day at work, and y'all talk for 15 minutes at work every day. You have an emotional affair, when the person could just be being nice and just be helping somebody, or just talking to somebody, or just showing some love, showing some respect. And so it's kind of a thing to where, to leave over that, you'll be leaving. You'll be taking a big risk to be to believing over something that could have not been anything. Now I missed your first part of your question now, so it must one. I don't know if it came through. Yeah, you might have to post that again. I missed that. Is it okay to step back from the 17-year-old stepson who's disrespectful, listens to lies from his mother, and makes me feel unsafe when he's around? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But it is also something you should talk to his dad about. Like, if I had another wife and and then my son was being disrespectful to her, I would talk to my son about that. Because it's always a man's place to protect the woman. So if my son get out of hand with my wife and she not liking the way he talking to her or his attitude, I check him and I get with him. And if my mom is out of pocket or my sister out of pocket with my wife, I check them. Like, it's always your man's job, because that 17-year-old could slap you and he could whoop you. So you want to talk to your man about that. I am very far from my body goals, 100 pounds away, but I keep getting approached by men. Most recently, a doctor at the gas station asked for my number. Do you recommend still dating when not at your body goal? Typically, I say no, because the type of man you attract is also determined by your body. So a lot of times when you far away from your body goal, you will attract a man who has either a fetish or he's looking for someone he assumes is going to be easy, because he thinks that because you are far from your body goal, that you're desperate, because he knows that most men are going to go after women who are at their body goal. So a lot of times women who are not at their goal in any area, whether it's the body, the face, the hair, the income, a lot of women, because women want love and women want marriage, a lot of women become desperate and become very easy to get in bed, or very giving with like their money, their credit, a place to stay, a car to drive, and will do a lot. Like, I remember coaching a woman who, she wasn't at her body goal, and she met this dude who was a handsome dude. She thought he was real handsome, and she loaned him. He said he was moving into a new place and needed some furniture, but his check hadn't cleared, and he was like, can you help me? And this was like, this dude was like one of the podcast bros looking dude, clean cut, beard, features all symmetrical, features all intact. They met on a dating app or something like that, I think. And she was, not where she wanted to be. And she felt like, wow, this dude talking to me? Like, man, like, and she loaned him like over $6,000 in the first 2 weeks that they met. And she never got her money back. And that's what a lot of men will do. They'll play on you. So just because you meet a doctor, it don't mean that he's not upside down in his finances. He could have his own practice and his practice be failing, not getting enough clientele. He'll come to you and get your 700 credit score and get you to co-sign on a line of credit, telling you he finna open a second office and he wants you to be a partner in it. Next thing you know, boom, he take your money, he pay off some debt, splurge, and get right back in the same situation he was in, and now your credit shot. So that's why I recommend not really dating until you like close, like you 80% of the way where you want to be, because the better you become, the closer you get to your goals, the higher caliber of people you're going to attract. And then, so if you could attract somebody where you are, then you're going to be able to attract them where you're going. And so that's something that you have to think about. Something you have to think about there. Let me see. New member. God bless you. Y'all give me 1 second. My wife sent me a TikTok.
Like you have never seen. Like you have never seen. $1,066 is nothing. You can get money back. Yes, Lord. It just said 5 more people are sitting here. It said 5 more people are sitting here deciding, but you're not deciding about money, you're deciding about your future.
My wife sent me that post of why I need to buy them.
You're not deciding about money, you're deciding about your future. He said, come now. This isn't about money, this is about your future.
It's literally about money.
This is about the restoration of your faith. He said, God wants some people to pay some bills for him. He said, everywhere you go. He said, I will handpick 21 people in the building that will sow this $1,066 because of what I'm getting ready to turn around in their life. And it's something because in this season,
Juanita Bynum, shout out. Juanita Bynum is shout out. She is now demon possessed. She looked demon possessed. Y'all got 20 more minutes on here, so I'm let me talk about that for a little bit. And Juanita looked demon possessed. Blessed Tony, what is your advice for women who are looks challenged, ugly when it comes to dating and knowing her worth? Men expect women to accept less. I'm prepared to spend my life alone. Well, that's one way to be prepared to spend your life alone, because that means that you're not desperate. And looks challenged / ugly that's subjective. So you might be beating yourself up and you might not be look challenged. And men sometimes will make you feel that way so that you feel like you got to do more and you got to give him more or you got to whatever. But that is subjective. It's always going to be a man that think you look good, because you got to realize men on different levels in their own self-worth, subconscious, self-conscious, whatever it is. And so, you know, you got to think about that. And if a woman feels, if you feel looks challenged, it's always ways to level up without doing surgery. Like sometimes it's 1 or 2 tweaks that'll make a world of a difference, to where it's really no such thing as a looks challenged woman. If you put the work in, you do the work. Brains, brand, body, gonna fix everything. Are there any more men of standard? I'm a millennial and I'm a Christian. A lot of men in church, from the pastor to the greeter, are choosing to be single because they want their freedom. It's becoming harder. It's becoming much harder to find men of standard. And even the men of standard are very, very picky today. And so one thing y'all gonna keep hearing me say over and over and over, you're gonna hear me say this a lot, is increase your rate of exposure. Y'all need to write that down. You just gotta meet more men. It's just the way the numbers are looking, a large percentage of the men you meet are not gonna be husband material. They're not gonna be ready. But the more men you meet, then the better your chance is going to be. And what I mean by that is you got to get on meetup.com, join the interest groups that you're interested in. You got to get on eventbrite.com, go to an event, to a free event. Go to a free event every week. You got to get tapped in your city. Follow your city on Instagram, like the different little sites in your city that show you where to eat, what to go, what to do, this and that. Got to get in your city. If you could transfer jobs, you might need to move from a small city to a bigger city. If you could transfer jobs, but you got to increase your rate of exposure. Now, in the words of Juanita Bynum, the Lord said 21 people on here. They got $1,066. I wonder where she come up with $1,066 from. My goodness, that is sad, man. But that's what happened when you get that church and you got that overhead, and we all in a recession. And y'all already know we so quick. We so quick to stop sending y'all forgive them school writing. I'm thinking about finishing up my degree, thinking about it. We plan to get married a few months after our engagement. She moved in with him 6 months into our relationship. He asked me what I feel about moving in after he proposes. He's 33, I'm 26. I don't recommend living together when you're engaged. I don't think it's worth it unless he's trying to save some money. Like, is he gonna have you paying bills? Is he trying to, if y'all already sexually active, then okay, that's something different. But it sounds like he's trying to do that thing of like, see how a person lives with you. And yeah, me personally, I hate living with people in the sense of like, if you living with him and his sister there, I would hate that. If I was you, I would hate that. So I definitely get that. But at the same time, she probably can't afford to live on her own. The way I'm saying it, like I got nieces who are grown, they can't afford to live on their own. It's crazy out here today. Stuff too high. Stuff too high. My brain and body are in a good place, but I'm not sure where to start to work on my brand. I have like idea overload, but not sure how to really develop that B in my 3 Bs. Valencia, the link in the description for a session. Get your old session. That'll be specific to you. And Tiffany, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Raquel, if you lose weight and you change your body, it will change your face. Ironically, it will change your face. Because your face gonna lose weight too, and you're gonna look like a different person. And the only thing you could get braces if you need braces. The only thing a woman can't change on her own with nothing is her nose and her lips. But that right there is not the end of the world if you get in shape. Like, the bigger your nose is as a woman, that's what, when you hear me say she got her dad nose, the bigger your nose is as a woman, the bigger your butt needs to be, because it offsets it. It makes sense. And what I mean by that, the more squats you got to do. If you do 100 squats a day, oh, you finna be sitting right. And then that's gonna equal out, that nose. You go get you some braces, you might have to get your gums shaved up to where you got more tooth instead of little teeth. If you got little teeth, everything could be fixed though. Everything, it could be a hairstyle. You might have to get a curly fro, or faux locks, or whatever it may be. Everything could be fixed. Nobody is ugly. We all beautiful in the sight of the Lord. Sometimes you just gotta have little image consulting. No question, but giving good sound advice. Much appreciated. You are helping a lot of women. God bless you. I like that. I joke, but I do not play. On the same way now. Why do men date and marry women who wear makeup and weave, yet claim they don't like it? I rarely see a truly natural bride. That's a great question, Brianne. We do, as that right there speaks to, we do what women make us do. That's what that speaks to. We do what women make us do. So the majority of women wear makeup and weave. So that's what men are picking from. Women who wear makeup and weave. There are not many completely natural women. And then the natural women, a lot of times, just don't really be out. They don't post as much online, post as many selfies, many as reels, and they just don't do those things. And so it's like, it's kind of like a woman saying that a man height don't matter, but then only waiting on a man that's 6 foot or taller. Sarita, God bless you. And here go Cash App again. Harut sent a blessing, and Cash App said, Harut, it say, Cash App say, it was canceled for my protection. That's what Cash App doing. So I'm gonna tell y'all what's happening right now. That has never happened on Cash App, and I'm not even receiving no bunch of payments. So it's like they just making stuff up. It's not like I'm sitting here and it's like get no payments. Like somebody sent me $5, and then somebody right here, Harut, and then they say this is canceled. And it's not like it's a lot of money or anything right there. And so I'm gonna tell y'all what's happened. That is a sign of the recession. So what is happening is the scammers have figured out what the scammers have done. Somebody somewhere, because this ain't gonna hit national news. Somebody has gotten like people credit card numbers, and they're going and they're taking like these 10 credit cards that they done got, that they done stole, that they done either hacked or they done stole, however scammers do it, and they uploading that card to their Cash App or to a Cash App, and they might even go get a bat phone, and then they sending that payment to their other Cash App or to their homeboy or homegirl, and they offloading these cards. And then the person with them cards, Cash App done sent the money done went, the person done got the money, the person done cashed that money out, and then or spent that money, and then the people card, they do fraud, so now they pulling that money back. And now Cash App is having to cover that. And that's why they saying, so that's why they blocking payments. And I don't know what but that's a sign though. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Y'all got to coach in 9 minutes. Yeah, Aisha, you rock your natural hair. Rock your natural hair. Yeah, Shamika, sometimes it worked the other way around. 38 single mom, finishing school and clinicals, torn between focusing or starting to date again. Finish school and clinicals, Kendria, because when you start to date, that man gonna take a lot. He gonna take a lot from you. Gonna take a lot of time, a lot of focus, a lot of energy. So you're almost there. Get through that. Get a job. Then you also gonna be able to attract a higher level of a man, because finishing school versus being finished with school and having a job is two different things. So you're gonna be able to attract a higher caliber man when you finish school, get through them clinicals. Yeah, that's how it be now. What did it mean when Brittany Renner said, "It's up with me, it's up," to PJ Washington? She meant that she wanted to smoke, that she finna start causing problems, that she finna go to battle, because she don't like that her baby was crying when the daddy come pick him up. And that just come from, you know, the baby just being with her all the time, you know, and not seeing the dad enough, and, you know, not having the best time when he with the dad, and being young. And it's just something to where, you know, she biracial, so she heard "it's up" from a black person, and it sounded cool, it sounded gangster, and so she had to find somewhere to put it. Sometimes the stuff don't be really meaning a whole lot though. We just be wanting to say something that sound cool. If a man praises himself a lot and keeps saying, "I'm smart, I'm handsome, I'm emotionally and socially intelligent" on a daily basis, what does that mean? And is it enough to end it with him? It sounds like the little girl on the help. You is smart. You is handsome. It's insecure, man. It just means that he's very insecure. And it means that that's kind of like, sound like Donald Trump. So just think about it like that. So you gonna go through. You gonna go through with him. He gonna put you through a lot. Here go my son, sending us a video of his curls, sucking his jaws in. With the eyebrow slits, these kids, a mess. But yeah, y'all, we done came a long ways. I got my coaching call. Man, y'all keep y'all head up. Y'all keep praying, because think about it. Look at what we just seen Juanita Bynum doing. Let me make sure I ain't missed no super chats. Y'all look at what Juanita Bynum doing, begging for that 1,066. Now, I don't know if the people who walked up there gave that 1,066. She said the Lord say he got some people to help them pay some bills. Now, I get it. Now, I do feel her, but the Lord ain't say that. But I do feel her though. But the way she go about it, but she essentially doing the same thing. But how did he get in the neighborhood? Y'all, I got to go. My wife texted me a picture of this man, talking about this man at the front door. need some water and some food. This might be a TikTok. Absolutely not. Y'all forgive me. My wife sent me the. It look like there ain't nowhere in the world this man in my neighborhood, cause he look homeless. I gotta go. I think this might be a TikTok. Y'all might see this on my wife TikTok. There ain't no way in the world this woman done let this man in my house. Is this a TikTok trend? She talking about the man was at the door talking he thirsty and hungry. This thing look real. This look real. What kind of out? This thing looks so real. Y'all, God bless, I gotta go. I think my wife doing a TikTok trend on me. It's a trend. Is this a trend? Man, my heart dropped to my feet. Cause I'm picturing me having to go kill this homeless man. Cause he looked like he finna try to take some draws. Lord, I was like, oh Lord, this how y'all, I say, boy, they set me up. I say, the government done set me up. Done sent this man, I gotta go over here and take this man life. And now I'm finna be doing 20 years. Babe. Come on now. What the world? Why you laughing like that? Baby, my heart dropped to my feet. What kind of app is that?
It's a Google Gemini.
Google Gemini?
Yeah.
Babe, I'm just on live and I'm looking at this. I say, I got to get off live 'cause I got to coach at 2 o'clock. Now I'm late on my call. I'm like, what is this woman talking about? Babe, that cannot be fake. That look too real.
And they got him on the pillow and everything.
Oh my goodness. I say the government done set me up because I'm finna take a life. I say, oh Lord. Hey y'all, God bless y'all. I got to go. I got to coach. I'm a minute late. God bless you. My wife done got me, so y'all will see it on TikTok.